For this evening, one of the topics that we're going to look at is paradigm shift in the cleaning industry. Paradigm shift in the cleaning industry. I will be handling this topic very quickly, and also scaling and pricing the cleaning industry. Then before we bring up our second speaker this evening. Now, when we talk about paradigm shift, this is the point where you need to be very close to your notes. Now, this is the point where you need to be very, very attentive, because we have already started the conversation. When we talk about paradigm shift, now what do we mean by paradigm shift in the cleaning? Paradigm shift has to do with the complete change of mindset. Now, before now, our mentors, our fathers who have been in this industry for years, or many persons who have been in this industry for years, before from the the cleaning industry is an ancient industry. This is an industry that has lasted for decades. I've done series of this research, and I've come to realize that the cleaning industry is an industry that has been in existence for a very long period of years. A lot of people have been in this industry. As a matter of fact, when I was entering the cleaning industry, I entered and I felt like it was a new industry that was coming on. But the truth is that this industry has been in inception for a very long time. This industry has been there. It's not a new industry. But one thing that has been in existence is that many times we have seen ourselves as menial labors. And that is why paradigm shift has to do with the shift of mindset. It has to do with a complete change of mindset. What is the new cleaning industry all about? What is the new cleaning industry all about? What many times when we enter, we think, even in our psychology, personal psychology, before the clients that we have and all of that get to patronize us and get to look at us, we see ourselves as just floor moppers. We see ourselves as just a business of packer and a broom. In as much as these are part of the tools we use in our industry, there is a lot of dimensions. There's a lot of things that is happening in our industry already. And in the past, cleaning was seen as a menial labor. The cleaning industry that we used to know has been a menial labor. Many times people go into the cleaning industry aside also. I want to speak to you here who is listening to me this evening, that if you entered into this industry as a menial labor, I believe that many of us who have been in industry for years will attest with what I'm saying now. That if you came into this industry as a menial labor, maybe as a side hustle, something you can be doing, I'm telling you, you will rather spend years in this industry and you will not grow. You will not do something meaningful for yourself. I've seen people who have built an empire with this industry. I wrote a book about the cleaning industry titled Debt Rich, Building a Gold Mine Out of the Cleaning Industry, which I'm going to talk about later in this lecture. I said something in the book. I said, you see, many people thought the cleaning industry is a dirty business, but the truth is there is money in this industry. There is gold in this industry. One of my mentor, Dr. Pompey, said something. He said, many people call us cleaners. Many people call us dirty workers. That is the truth. But there is gold in that. And today, the professional cleaning industry is evolving. There is a lot of things that is changing. And beyond just your mop, packer, and even your equipment. Today, a lot of persons can easily get access to buy vacuum, buy scrubber, buy drill machines, different kind of machines, drones, janitor, glass washers are coming into this industry. A lot of machines are coming to the industry, and you can be able to get all of this industry, procure all of these machines to yourself. But beyond all of these machines that are coming into this industry, it is high time that as a professional cleaning practitioner, you must begin to see yourself as a health service provider. Your business is directly tied to health, productivity, and corporate image. There is no corporate organization that you go to today that they are not cleaners. In as much as some of these organizations are hiring by themselves untrained or a non-professional cleaners, anywhere you go to, you will see that they are corporate, they are cleaners in corporate organizations. In homes, where you go to homes, you will see that there are some persons hire the activity of maid, and a lot, there is no place that you go to that the cleaning industry does not work. Are you getting me? There's no place that you go to that the clean industry is not in existence. And that is why it is important for you as a professional cleaner, for you who is in this industry, to begin to see yourself beyond your mop and packer. It's high time for you to begin to see yourself as professionals. Especially we that lives in Abuja today, we are challenged with so many people coming into this industry. A lot of people come into this industry as quack without no knowledge. It is good sometimes to start without knowledge, but have you acquired the right knowledge that makes you a professional? Many persons, every one of us listening to me this evening, call yourself a professional cleaning service. But are you truly a professional? Are you looking at the part of the health that you are dealing with? When you go to clean clients' upholstery, when you go to clean clients' house, maybe deep cleaning, or you are handling a corporate organization, maybe you are handling a firm, do you see yourself as a professional that what you are doing is directly proportional to their health or to their productivity or to enhance the corporate image of that place you are? And that is why we must bury the old mindset and pick up the new mindset. If you can see on my slide, I said the old mindset is the old mindset is I more flaws. The old mindset is I more flaws. While the new mindset is I maintain healthy, productive environment. What you are doing as a professional cleaner is beyond mopping of floors, is beyond cleaning of glasses. What you are doing as a professional cleaner is beyond scrubbing the floor, scrubbing the chairs. You are also caring for the health of your clients. You are also caring for the health of whoever has hired you as a professional. If you must evolve in this industry, you must begin to position yourself that you are beyond. You are not just a floor cleaner or a floor mopper. You are like a doctor. I normally say this to some of my students in Cleaners Academy. I said that you are like a doctor. You are like a profession, a lawyer. What you are doing is a profession. And it's until you begin to see yourself that what you are doing is a profession, you won't be able to do more. You won't be able to effectively break through the ceiling. And that is why many of us are finding it hard to build up an industry, to build up a company in this industry. I don't know whether you are listening to me. I don't if you are following me this evening, I want you to give me some reactions. I don't know if you are already following or you are getting something. Okay, thank you very much. All right. Are you running now? Every professional cleaning practitioner, ask yourself this question. Everyone listening to me this evening, ask yourself this question. Are you running a cleaning hustle or are you building a cleaning brand? What many of us have and we call ourselves professional cleaning practitioner is a cleaning hustle. You see, when client book you, you are struggling to try to keep one client. I say this most times. If you are patronized by a client, you have not gotten that client. The reason why most times client doesn't come back after a whole year, a client that patronized you do not care to repatronize you again, is because what you are doing is a cleaning hustle. Many of us are hustling. We are not building a brand. You see, until you have built your brand beyond just one-time patronage to building a brand where there is retainership, you are still hustling. I don't know whether somebody is getting what I'm saying this evening. So you must understand that what you are doing as a professional cleaner is not just hustle. It's not just a hustle. You see, years ago, the cleaning industry was was an informal industry. There was no structure, there was no branding, there was no system. But today, if you are in this industry, you must put these things, take cognizance of these things. Especially for my startup, this information is for you. I believe that those who have been in this industry for a long time must have grown beyond this. You must build a good structure as a startup. And if you are in this industry and you want to evolve, you must take cognizant note of structuring. When we move further, we'll explain to us better what it means to structure. Part of structuring is where your scaling, your pricing comes in. Part of many persons, you see, what they do is they just hire laborers and they give them uniforms and they go to some of these things are part of the reason why your pricing, if you have pricing issue as a cleaner, it is because your structuring is having issue. If you have pricing issue, I tell you this for free. If you have pricing issue, it is because your structuring is having issue. It is because your branding is having issue. It is because you have no system. And for you to say that you are building a cleaning brand, you must ask yourself this question: can your business run without you? Can your business go on without you? Are we still together? Is the network giving us issue? Is the network giving us issue? Okay, we are still live. Is your business running without you? It's one thing you must take cognizant note of. Is your business doing well without you? Many of us, when we are not in our business today, as a startup, your business can do without you. That's the truth. Your business can do without you. But the issue is that many people in the industry do not take time to build structure. We go into the industry without building a formidable brand. We go into the industry without building a system. And how can you build a brand? How can you build a structure as a cleaning practitioner? Your clients in this industry today expect uniform staff. They expect branded vehicles. Yes, as a startup, you may say, I'm starting small. I don't have a vehicle yet. Yes, that's true. But there must be a strong branding that you are doing. If somebody patronizes you or if somebody hears about your brand, there must be key things that they must see in they must take note, or they will say, this is it. If you go to Coca-Cola, for instance, today, you will know them by their brand. If many of us patronize Nike, patronize all of these big brands, even smaller brands, there are things that you must put into cognizant note. Of course, I'm not here talking about branding and all of that, so I will not go into that. Some of these things are things we talk about in our master class and all of that. And I believe that some of us who are here already knows this already. Some of us are already practicing this. So I time to start discussing that. Some of us, when we book or when our client negotiate with us, I will talk more about this when we come to pricing. The reason why you are underpriced: first, your structure. Secondly, your branding. Branding has to also involve, now many times when you negotiate with your clients, some of us don't have a website, and you negotiate directly on your WhatsApp. After a client comes to you and asks you, how much do you clean 5-bedroom flat? Or maybe, yes, because most of us, what we do is residential. Most of us are not into corporates, are not into commercials. So when they ask you, how much do you clean a 5-bedroom flat? You just tell them, I clean 5-bedroom flat, 150,000 or 200,000, 500,000, as the case may be, whatever, it's your price. And the person will begin to price you, can't you do it 50,000? I have somebody who wants to do it for me for 10,000 and all of that. I'm sure this is what we experience on a daily basis. One of the reasons is because many of us don't take note of invoicing. Clients who want to patronize you, or clients who will rate you, want to see whether you have an invoice. Okay, what are you telling the client that you are going to offer? You see, when I entered into the cleaning industry, I had so many issues. I learned on the field by experience. There were a lot of things I learned on the field. And one of them was that clients will always be clients. You see a case whereby you go to a client's house and the client is not there. Or the morning you are the estate of the client, when the client will tell you, please cancel my booking, I'm not at home, or can we reschedule, when you are already there. I'm sure some of us even go to sites, especially the newbies, we go to sites without any deposit. You see, the reason why these things are happening is because you are not using the invoicing process. So branding also comes with, you create a channel at which if a client want to patronize you, they'll go through that channel. Whether they are relating with you directly, build an interface. And that is where systems is involved also. I'm trying to rush up because of our time this evening. Now, also when you go to sites, many of us, we don't have what we call SOP, standard operation procedures. There is nothing. There is no checklist for where the job should start from, what your clients need to know, where your client doesn't want you to touch. You see, these are key things that you must take note as the industry is evolving. There are major things you must look at for you to be able to stand out. Some of you go to your client house and all you do is just, we are here and all of that. You don't give your clients form. Now, you see, all of these things are packaging that makes you to evolve. You see, when your clients see all of these things, they will begin to rate you. Naturally, even without you talking. They will know that you are different from a roadside cleaner. A roadside cleaner who can take 50,000 to clean 5 bedrooms. By the time you go to your client's house and you give your clients a form to fill, where if the clients have pests, we've gone to when I started my company. There was a client's house we went to, and I didn't know. That's why I say I learned a lot on the field. I didn't know the clients had pets in the house, and we came for fumigation, and I never cared to ask. And when we had started the fumigation process and all of that, and we're almost done with the fumigation, then some of us who encourage people to go spiritual, is very important in this industry. You must also understand the part of the spirit. So the Holy Spirit told me, go back into the room. We already started fumigation already, and it was even fogger. We're using fogger, and the Holy Spirit told me, go into the room. When I entered the room, there was a door that was closed, and the client was not at home. Then I tried to open the door was closed. Then from inside the room, I began to hear the sound of the dog. The client had already left. I think he said he excused us since we were fumigating. Immediately I had to call the client, sir, please come. Do you have pets? He said he has pets too, that even him too has forgotten that his wife's dog was inside the room. And that was how he helped us to open the place, and were able to save that dog. Now imagine if that dog was there till the fumigation was over. I'm sure you understand what that means already. And that is why service reports, checklists, and all of these things are important as a professional cleaner. These are the things that beyond you knowing how to clean, these are the things that makes you a professional. When you go to the hospital for checkup, there are things that they will take cognizant notes, that there's a report system that goes on. And these are the things that makes you to involve in the industry. This is the shift of the mindset that we are talking about. Now, the industry is moving from manual to an unstructured, mechanized, and system-driven. It's moving from that level. The industry is moving from manual and unstructured, mechanized, and to a mechanized and system-driven. Sorry. Now, the industry is moving beyond the packer and mop. For instance, if you are going into a client's house and all you do, this is why I tell startups who happens to enroll in our academy. I tell them that you must, as a startup, you must at least get basic equipment. You cannot charge a client at a premium when there are nothing to show for it. How do you charge hundreds of thousands, or you charge millions, you charge in 6 figures, 7 figures, when there are nothing to show for it? Clients will not trust you with their own. Clients will not trust you with the job. And that is why sometimes many of us lose contracts. Now, register your business. I've mentioned SOPs. Create standard operation procedures. Create standard operation procedures. When we go into scaling, I'm going to explain to you the different levels of standard operation procedures. First and foremost, it can start with just you as a startup. For those of us who are in the industry for a long time, I believe that some of these things are what you already know. That is why I said we are here to learn, relearn, and unlearn. Create a standard operation procedures. Can your business do without you? That is where you move from hustling. Many persons don't have standard operation procedures. You see cases where some persons going to the site, and before you know, they start job, there is nothing, there's no walkthrough, there is no checklist for them to know. After the job is done, whether you are as a business owner, you are the one in charge, or you have a supervisor, or you have heads of operation, there must be a checklist that must score your job. This is where you know whether, you see, we are today, many persons will say that they go to sites, their staff steal and all of that, especially some of us who you are hired labor. You see, even with hired labor, if you have a good standard operation procedures, there will not be any issue of stealing. There will not be any issue of theft and all of that. So you must have a strong standard operation procedure. Number 3, you must have a trained team. As a startup or who already is involving in the industry, you must have a trained team. How can you have a trained team? Most times, some of us are using hired labor. Even your hired laborers must go through a recruitment process. Your hired laborers must go through a recruitment process where they will be properly trained. You don't just give uniform to people and you give uniform to people and you are taking them to the field. Clients will see you as just a menial laborer. But when there are cases where your team are properly trained, there are rules to cleaning. I believe some of us who have enrolled in cleaning courses and all of that, you must have learned this. And if you have not, if you are here as a cleaner or you have been in the industry and you have not taken any course on cleaning, I think you still need to take 2 steps, because training is important. Without training, you will do a lot of things wrongly. Without training, because it is through your training that you also operate what we call client training, client education. There is what we call client education. Clients also need to be educated. If you charge some client, they'll be complain, even though it's corporate. For you to be able to deliver a good job, there must be a proper training procedures. Then build a brand identity. I've spoken about brand identity before now. You must have a brand identity. from color to dress code to your content presentations and all of that. I believe when I go into discussing, when we talk about content creation and creating visibility, I will talk more on branding. So you must build a brand identity. If you search for Clean World Services today, I'm the CEO of Clean World Services. If you search for Clean World Services today, if you look at our brand authority on social media, you will identify us from color to our activities and everything. And when I come into branding, I will also share about storytelling is part of your branding process. For instance, now let's use UBA. UBA Bank, you cannot see yellow associating with UBA. When you talk about UBA, the first thing that comes to your head is red. You talk about their corporate dressing, organization, everything. Branding is important if you must scale in this industry. Then you must position yourself as facility solution providers. You must position yourself as facility solution providers. As a cleaning practitioner, you are not just a cleaner. You are facility solution providers. As least as upholstery cleaning could be. Beyond your tools and your equipment that you use to clean your client's house, you must understand that there must be basic things that you must undo in your client's house. So you don't see yourself, for you to upgrade, you don't see yourself as just a cleaner. You must see yourself as a solution provider. That's where we talk about client education, client training, and all of that. So these are key things you must identify if you must make a shift in this new era as a cleaning professional. Now, finally, on this as a summary, what is the then cleaning industry and the now cleaning industry? Like I said, the cleaning industry is evolving. There is a paradigm shift in the industry. What we used to know as the then cleaning industry is the manual cleaning. Mop, packer, broom, brushes. But today, if you must evolve, if you must grow, if you must build a structure, then you must begin to think investing in mechanized and automated cleaning. You must invest in machines. You cannot be in this industry and want to evolve. I believe that those of us who have been in this industry for years, you understand what I'm talking about better. I remember when I started my company as at then, you see where we have clients pricing us for a whole 4-bedroom flat for 100,000 naira, and we're rushing to take it. And the reason why we're rushing to take it was because we do not have what it takes to compete with high brands. But as we begin to progress and we begin to invest in machines, we begin to invest in mechanized system of cleaning. Today, I don't think it's not brag, but I don't think my clients will underprice me because of the services we render. And if you come in, maybe you are coming to patronize us for the first time, and you are coming to price us cheap. There are certain things we will let you know that will make you to understand that we are not cheap. Cleaners are not cheap. You are premium service. I used to say this. You must see yourself as a premium service provider. Then, number 2, the then cleaning industry used to be price competition. I just explained it. Price competition. You see people, I have somebody who have, somebody say will do it for 50,000. If you can't do it, I'll go. No. See, if you can provide value, in this industry, nobody will price you cheap. The new cleaning industry has to do with value and specialization. What are your expertise? If you don't have expertise, that is where you will be priced cheap. If you don't have expertise, your expertise determines your value. Your specialization determines your value. I believe many of us who have been in this industry for a while knows what I'm talking about better. And if you have not put this in your practice, you must take note of this. You must take note of this. Your value and specialization is what makes you to grow. It's what makes you to scale up. Then, the cleaning industry before, the then cleaning industry used to be an informal business. But today, for you to evolve, you must build a structure. I can't begin to overemphasize on these things because I've already explained over and over again. Also, one-time job. But if you must evolve, if you must grow as a professional cleaner, you must think long-term. I said earlier, that if all you do is that after a client patronize you, they don't patronize you again, then check your structure, check your value, check your specialization. Because as a cleaning practitioner, it is your retainership that makes you build a structured business. If all you are looking for is new clients every day, then you are still in the old cleaning industry. You are still in the old era. So you must take note of these things as you grow and as you evolve as a cleaning practitioner. I believe with this, you may have gotten light into the paradigm shift in the industry. I have very short time before the second speaker will come up, and I will have to rush up the next topic we have to look at this evening. Have you learned something? I don't know whether you've learned something or you've the conversation is interesting. Please, can I see your reaction on my screen? If you are learning something new this evening, can I see your reaction? Oh, that's great. Thank you very much. Finally, I will say this on paradigm shift. What clients want today? What clients want today? What your client in today cleaning industry is number one, reliability. Build reliability with your staffs, as a brand, as a structure. You must build reliability. Professional appearance. Don't just go into the house of a client. We are going to talk about winning commercial contracts later, if we have opportunity to talk about it. How to win commercial contracts, how to win big companies to yourself, or how to get to win contracts generally. You must appear professionally. Your staff, I've always said this to my staff, you are not just coming to a cleaner's house and because you are, even though it's supposed to a construction cleaning, you are going to do where you are going to scrub the ground, scrape, pour POP dust on yourself and all of that. Appear professionally. Let it be in your mind that you are a professional, and as such, your appearance, your company presence must show that. Even on your social media, in your profile, in your brochure, there must be that appearance of professionalism in what you do. Clients want to see health and safety compliance. I see some people post on social media, and sometimes I laugh because even the person that is claiming to be a professional cleaner is handling the cleaning business or is doing the work unprofessionally, and I laugh. You see, safety and health compliance is very important. Your clients want to see this. This is when they will see value in you. Reporting and accountability is very important before and after every job. there must be a reporting and accountability process that you must show your clients. You must acknowledge, you must always get a review. Whether you go on site with your client, your staff, or you have a structure where your site work without you, there must always be a review from your clients. There must be a reporting process in entrance and exit. Many times, some of us we book an appointment and you are going on site. You tell your clients by 9 o'clock you'll be on site, and by 10 o'clock or 12 o'clock you are not yet on site. This shows unprofessionalism. So these things are things your clients want to see. And also digital communication. We are moving beyond this the era of just your WhatsApp testing and all of that. Begin to think towards building a landing page system where your clients can be able to do a walkthrough before they even come to your DM. Either you are, or maybe on Facebook, or because most times maybe you get clients through Facebook, or even the clients who you get through word of mouth or referral. Have a digital communication system. We have a landing page, we have a Google profile, we have social media handles. So there must be a place that showcase you. Before your clients even get to start pricing you or get to start engaging you, they have already seen these things. I think I have to stop here on this topic because of our time. I'm very time conscious. By 8 o'clock, we should be receiving our second speaker to speak to us. So let me just rush over. I believe you are following through my slide as well. So some things I may not be able to take time to explain. You see them on the slide. And also with what we are discussing already, you can also ask your question. All right. Now, another thing we are talking about, our take-on topic on this webinar is pricing and scaling. I believe this is one major question that has been in existence in the industry for a very long time. I've had colleagues who have called me several times on pricing issues. Many of my mentees will always ask me, how are you doing this pricing stuff? Under pricing, this and that. When you have positioned yourself, when you have moved above the paradigm shift, you have moved into the new era of the cleaning industry, it is also important to position yourself in the place of pricing and scaling. Now, note this: if your pricing is wrong, your business will suffer. That is true. Imagine you go to the site, and after the whole expenses and everything you have done, you cannot hold anything sustainable to build your brand. Your business will suffer. Your business you will struggle to build. I normally tell my mentees, it shouldn't take you at most 2 to 3 years in this era of the cleaning industry to be able to build a formidable structure. You can start from the backyard of your father's house, your family house, or of your house, or of your husband's house, of your wife's house, and all of that. But as you advance in the industry, at most 3 years, you should be able to build a formidable structure. You should be able to build a formidable structure in this industry. And for you to be able to do that, there are 3 things. It is directly proportional to your pricing. Even though you have to invest, or you invested millions of naira to buy machines and all of that, for you to build to be able to enjoy the dividends of your labor, to enjoy profit in this industry, your pricing is the number one thing you must take note. And why do most cleaners undercharge? Number one, fear of losing clients. Many people cannot charge or cannot bid the right rates for a job because of I will lose the client. The clients, immediately they'll tell you, I have another, somebody is giving me a cheaper price, or they'll tell you, I'll get back to you, and they'll go and do pricing. See, don't be scared. It is psychology. If you know how to educate your client properly, your client will not go. Okay, somebody is saying that he can hardly hear me. Is it generally or from his end? Please, I would love somebody to unmute and comment. Is everybody hearing me properly? Okay, thank you very much, ma. So I think it should be your network. So please try and fix up your network. Move to a. Okay, thank you. So please move to a. Yes, yes, yes. So please move to a proper place so that your network can be better. So like I said, fear of losing clients. Position yourself as a value provider. If you have positioned yourself as a value provider through your client education, through your digital communication, your branding, there is no way that you will not be able to you will not be able to give the right price for a right service. As you all know, the cleaning industry pricing is divergent. There is no standard pricing in Abuja, standard pricing in Lagos, standard pricing in Lokoja, standard pricing in Ghana, standard pricing in Uganda. No, they are everywhere you go. The pricing is divergent. But for you to be able to deliver, because I can do a job of 5 bedroom flat or 5 bedroom duplex for 500,000, 600,000, and I will gain profit. Depend on key factors that I'm going to explain to us this evening. While somebody else can do it for 200,000 and will still make profit. But you price me for 5 and somebody else for 200, I will make more profit than somebody for 200. And that is why you must make sure that you position yourself properly. It is because you are not well positioned. That is why you are afraid of losing the client. Then, copying competitors. Some persons are using online maybe 3 4 competitors to judge what they should charge for a job. One of my mentee had called me before from Lagos and asked me how much should I charge. I should send him my pricing for my cleaning. And I asked him, I said, you are in Lagos, I'm in Abuja, and you want to use my rate. How is that going to be possible? Your cost of logistics is different, cost of material is different, and all of that, cost of labor is different. There are key things you must look at before you give the right price for any job. So it's not copying, you can't copy competitors to price properly. Although sometimes you may look at competitors to be on average rate or to be able to walk around the charge of the competitors, but competitors are not your yardstick for pricing. Then another thing is no calculation. A lot of persons do guesswork when it comes to pricing. When it comes to pricing, a lot of persons do guesswork. Just pay us 50,000. Then the person will tell you, no, 50,000 is too much. It's 10,000. You say, okay, let's do 25. Guesswork, and at the end, you will not make profit. Then another thing is no profit target. Every job, I used to say this to my mentees. I said, you see, every job has a profit target. Either you are doing on percentage or you are doing on cost leverage. Every job has a price target. And as my time is already up, I have to be fast now. Now, pricing formula. Or you can see it on your screen. Simple pricing formula. Every price is determined by labor plus material plus transportation plus overhead plus profit. The phone call you make, the WhatsApp call you do, it is called administrative cost. Every administrative cost you do, administrative cost of logistics, yes, administrative cost of logistics, ACL. Every ACL you do is calculated on your job. That is where that is what is called overhead. So if, for instance, you are using hard labor and your labor per labor you are paying 10,000 naira, and you want to use 5 laborers for a job, that is 10,000 naira times 5, which is 50,000. Plus, how much does it cost me for material for this particular job? Even though you are buying your materials in bulk, you must calculate how much it costs you. For instance, if one window lane is 2,000 naira and you are going to use 6 windowline on a site, or you are going to use this detergent, so amount of detergent, you must calculate how much you use per this. So you sit down and do your costing before your clients come. It's not when your clients come before you begin to do your calculation. Madam Bukola here, who happened to be my mentor, one time ago when we had a contract that we were working towards in Abuja here. She gave us that assignment, and that assignment was very, 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 very interesting, and I learned a lot from it. And this is one way you must use, even though you are using paid laborers. Maybe you have your staffs at the end of the month, you are paying them. You must calculate all of these things. To it. Percentage that goes for my laborers at the end of the month. Then transportation, logistics is very important. If you have your vehicle, how much does it cost me for fueling? So place. You have mapped out your location. For instance, I'm in Abuja. How much does it cost me to go to Wuse? How many liters of fuel? If I don't have a car, how much logistics will it cost me? You must do all of this estimation before you look at your pricing. And overhead, I've spoken about overhead already. Then your profit. I personally do my profit by percentage. Okay, if you are taking 20%, you are taking 30%, you have to put that. So you can see in my slide, I've broken that, I've explained that. You see, pricing for 2-bedroom duplex. I use our labor. 3 laborers, 15,000 times 3, 45,000. Chemical, 30,000. Transportation, 20,000. Overhead, 20,000. By the time you calculate all of that, you will have 115,000. Plus net profit. How much is my net profit? 30%. 30% add, that is 34,000. 30% of this is 34,500 plus this that I'm going to spend. You see that for me to charge for 2-bedroom duplex is 149,500 naira. This is an example. This is not what I charge. Let me use that as a disclaimer in case somebody will use it as a copy tonight. That is a disclaimer. It's just for the sake of this webinar, for the sake of this training. So it's not what I use actually, but I just did an example there. Take note of this. If you don't include your profit intention, you won't grow. You must include your profit intention always. Please, as a professional in your pricing, make sure that you are intentional about your profits.